we have this particular node, right? So let's remove all of those things. Tejaswani, do you agree that this is a planar graph? Yes. So now let's do one thing. Let's add another node to it, right? And imagine the most complex graph that we can have. The most complex graph that we can have is where a node is connected to every other node. That is what we call a clique, CLIQUE, or a complete graph, where every node is connected to every other node. Okay, so now we have to connect this particular new node, the fifth node, to every other node. So we can connect it, we can connect to this node, we can connect to this node, that is fine. We can also connect to this particular node by going around this thing. But when we come to the fourth node, we have to sort of find a way to connect this particular node to, let's say, this particular node. And I'm going to number these nodes. Let's say this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, and this is 5. Now, Tejaswani, I want you to figure out a way, and I want all of the rest of you to figure out a way. Is there a way to connect 5? 5 is connected to 3, 4, and 2. I just need to connect it to 1. Now, can I connect to 1 without any overlapping edges? Can I reorient and remove some edges? I mean, regrow some edges such that when I connect 5 to 1, I don't have any overlapping edges, right? Tejaswani, so we cannot have, so what you think is actually correct. We can find no way to connect 5 to 1 such that there are no overlapping edges. So in order to color this particular graph, notice this particular graph. So I'll remove every other node except the 4 nodes. So when we have these 4 nodes, we can color these nodes in 4 colors, right? Now, when we add a new node, and let's say that the worst case scenario is every node is connected to every other node. That is the possible worst case scenario. Now, I can still color them with 4 nodes, but the moment I have a complete graph with 5 nodes, I cannot color them with 4 different colors, because every neighbor would need to have a different color, and one would need to be, let's say, red, then 2 would need to be green, this is blue, this is black, fine, but I would need a 5th color for node 5. Do you agree that I cannot color this particular complete graph with 4 colors? I would need 5 colors, because every node is a neighbor of every other node, and there are 5 neighbors, and so we need 5 different colors. Perfect. And the weird situation is that when we are talking about countries, so when we are talking about countries, it is never the case where we would have these 5 interconnected uh, nodes or 5 node cliques. We can at max have 4 node cliques. We cannot have more. And that is the thing that I want you guys to think about. Why can't a continent or the world, why cannot it have more than 5 countries that are all neighbors to each other? Does the problem make sense? I can ask about the problem again, but does that problem make sense? What I'm trying to say, that 5 countries cannot, so let's say 5 countries A, B, C, D, and E. 5 countries cannot be the neighbors of every other country. If you think about it, that is sort of weird, but when I took my algorithm course, that is one of the things that I had to think about. And that is a very crucial thing that you guys also need to understand in terms of this planar graph and non-planar graphs. Okay, so the theorem is that we only have a planar graph when we talk about interconnected countries. As who said this? Wait. As Brian Neese said, that we cannot have uh, uh, more than 5 countries, all of them connect neighbors of each other. If you have a border, you can draw a straight line to that other country. Yes, Brian, is that is one of the reasons why we have this issue. We cannot have, you can imagine those countries as having fluid borders, right? Don't think about US where Canada and Mexico have perfect borders. Just think about a weird country where all of those are connected like a tri-state connector or a quadrilateral state connector. We cannot have 5 state connectors where 5 of those states are neighbors of each other. And I do find it quite weird. And let me make this clear. Do you guys find it? Just type in if you find that weird as well, if you have not thought about it. Anybody else who thinks it's weird that countries cannot be neighbors of every other 4 country? Yes, so that is the thing. So Parvez, that is the thing that I want you to think about. Can you, so Ta, Parvez, and every other student, I will give you full marks for this entire course. I will give you an A plus without any exams and without any homework. If you can figure out a design of a country system where 5 countries are neighbors of each other, so that every country would need to have a different color. That is a guarantee that I'm going to give. Okay. Now, moving on. So last time we also talked about how we can, so we talked about graphs. Graphs are essentially different from trees where every node can potentially be connected to every other node. And we have this sort of a structure. And we talked about how we can represent these graphs. And we had 2 possible solutions for this particular thing. I remember that one of you told me that it could be a 2D array, and some of you also told me that it could be a linked list, right? So let's have an example for both of those possible scenarios. So let's say that we have 4 nodes, and let's say that we have a connection here, we have a connection here, we have a connection here, and we have a connection here. So let's say that this is our graph, right? This is not a tree because we have these circular edges, and we can imagine that this is a possible graph. So before we begin with this, so what we are trying to do is representing this particular graph, and Ekins, I'm going to come back to you in a second. Give me 1 second. So before we come back to this graph, so imagine that we need to represent this particular graph in your computer, right? We need to represent such that we can say that these are the nodes and these are the edges that connect to this particular graph. The question is, how would I do so? So let's have one thing. Let's name these nodes. Let's name it as 1. Let's name it as 2. Let's name this as 3, and let's name this as 4. So before I begin explaining how to save a graph in memory, before I begin with this, Brian Akins, what is the funny thought you had about representing these graphs? You can unmute and just say without typing. That is fine as well. There are three-dimensional countries. Yes, Brian Akins, there are potentially three-dimensional rocks where we can connect those five arrays, five countries, but that would still mean that countries do not overlap each other, right? Countries in the traditional sense are still next to each other. God knows that would solve a lot of problems with India. But coming back to your particular problem, every country is connected as a planar connection with every other country. Another country owns the land under the rock, tell that to Pakistan, that would help us a lot. If it's a 3D, is that a planar? No, Vamsi, that is the thing, right? A planar graph, as with you, Brian, a planar graph cannot be 3D. 3D would mean that we can have overlapping edges, right? If we map it to a particular 2D plane, that would mean that we can have overlapping edges. A planar graph can no way have 3D edges. It can only have connections that do not overlap. Does that make sense for both Brian and Vamsi? And if any of you are Pakistani and Indian, I'm sorry if I hurt your feelings. I'm not political in that sense. Okay, so coming back. Yep, Brian, you have the right idea. That if we do have a yes, if we do have a 3D plane, as you and Vamsi says, if we do have a 3D plane, then the planar graph does not make sense. Whenever we talk about planar things, we are talking about 2D things. Because in a sense, the word comes from the plane, right? It's a plane. So a plane is essentially a rectangle or whatever, right? So essentially, we're talking about 2D structures. Perfect. Okay, so now let's talk about saving these graph data structures into memory. Now, the first example that I had was our 2D array. The last time we had this class, we had an example of a 2D array. So for a 2D array, what we can do, okay, so before I begin, there are two ways. There is the first way, that is the 2D array. I want you guys to answer and think about how we would solve this. Second way would be a linked list way. Now, before I begin explaining this, I want you guys to figure out a way in order to represent this particular graph somehow in your memory, in your computer program. How would you do that? Because let's say that I want to find out a way from the node 3 to the node 4. Now, what I can do is I can traverse to 1 because there is an only connected edge there.